a lot of those questions you never ask until you sort of get older and you get into it. And you're like, so any chance of getting involved with them up in clubs at some point?
I've done Norwegian. I haven't tried something more. No. But I want one minute.
We will now call this meeting to order. Will order, please take your seats. We'll have the city town clerk take the roll.
Here.
Present.
Here. Present.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Here.
Right.
Here. Here.
Here. Presente. Here.
Here. Here.
Present.
Here.
Here.
Present. Here. 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 Present.
Here.
A quorum has been established. We'll now have divine guidance from order from Board 12.
Thank you, Madam President, City Clerk Michael Smart, and thank you to my colleagues. You may be seated. I am grateful today to be speaking real quick, during Black History Month. It is a privilege. Just real quick, I just want to go through a quick movie that I had watched, and it just means so much to me that I thought it would be helpful to you as well, and encouraging. There was a movie, and it's called The 6888. It's a wonderful movie, and I encourage everyone to watch it. The movie is about an all-Black women's army. And in this movie, the women had to do the daunting task of sorting this mail. They got there, they sent them over, really as I don't think you can get it done. That's why they did it. They sent them over, and when they got there, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of bags of unopened mail that the family members didn't receive for 10 months. No one was getting mail from their loved ones. They were stressed out and they didn't know what to do. And the mail was just sitting there in loads and loads and loads. Something that probably we would have turned around and said, no, we're not gonna do this. They gave them 6 months to get it done. 6 months. The army was led by a woman named Charity Adams. She was the leader of the women's army. And she had to keep encouraging them, and she had to be stern and hard on them because she wanted to make sure that the job got done at any cost. So they sent her to the school. The school was disgraceful. They had to clean it, paint it, it had rodents, everything you could think of was wrong with this place where they had to sort this mail. So to encourage you guys, they got there. Now remember, they had 6 months to get it done, but they did it in 90 days. 17 million pieces of mail. These women sorted and had it delivered in 90 days. And the leader was Charity Adams. I said that to say this to my fellow Alders. No matter how daunting the job may be, the phone calls, the late night calls, the I want you to do this, I need you to do that, the meetings, no matter how bad it looks, just know that you got what it takes. You got what it takes in you to get the job done. And I often say, when I have to do something, it's not my business how it gets done. It's God's business. And then I just get it done. So with that being said, I would just like to take 2.2 seconds. That's Charity Adams, the leading lady of that time in 1944 in the war. Our leading lady of today is Taisha Walker Biden. And if you could just stand up and give a salute to our leading lady of this army of Board of Alders, Lady Taisha Walker Myers. Thank you.
Can the committee of escort please go to the mayor's office? That will be orders from Ward 4, 5, 10, and 17. And will the city town clerk please meet me at the podium? Good evening. Tonight, we have the pleasure of hearing the mayor deliver the State of the City address. We welcome all of you into the chambers. You are welcome to stay after his address if you would like. And we're just excited to have all of you here. And we will wait for the committee of escort to escort our mayor in. And when he comes in, I'm going to ask that everybody please stand. Thank you.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? That's not true. Good evening, President Walker Myers, members of the Neighborhood Board of Alders, fellow neighborhood residents and guests. It is good to be together again and to provide yet another update to New Haven on the state of our city. While I always feel proud of our city, at this moment in time, I feel particularly proud of New Haven. We're tackling difficult challenges, particularly with the thoughtfulness that each challenge requires. We're working together as a team, from the mayor's office to the Board of Alders to our state and federal delegations, to members of our community, to ensure that we make progress towards our shared vision where everyone in our city has the opportunity to thrive. And perhaps most importantly in this moment, we are firm in our resolve to defend our shared values. A city that welcomes everyone. A city that supports people looking for a second chance. A city that sees the potential in someone when they may not have seen it yet in themselves. And a city that stands up to those outside of our community who try to divide us. Don't you feel proud of our city in this moment? I want to go back to a year ago in my last State of City address, which, first of all, I think we can all agree was a little bit long. Madam President. We've tried to turn things back a bit tonight, and I emphasize a bit. I emphasized housing, as you recall, and we have made so much progress since then. This past year, New Haven yet again led the state with over 500 new housing permits. New housing is being built in every neighborhood all over the city. When other municipalities say no growth or no affordable housing in my backyard, we open our doors and say, come on into New Haven, build in our city and be a part of our diverse community. Together this past year, we've built over 1,000 new housing units, with over 40% of those affordable. And we're seeing many long-term affordable housing developments that are deeply important to the neighborhoods in which they reside start to come to fruition. The Beulah Land Development Corporation project on Dixwell Avenue, Alders Street, Beacon Communities project on State Street and the former New Haven Coliseum site, Alden Rodriguez, the residents at Canal Place, Alden Morrison, the beautifully renovated townhomes in West Rock, Aldsmith, Concat Place on Dixwell Avenue and Winchester Green and Science Park, again, Alden Streeter, Alden Edwards, and in Madam President's very own ward, the Cofield Estates, which looks beautiful. I drove by there yesterday, is coming online soon, and we just broke ground on Monarch Apartments too, and that's the beginning, right? That's just the beginning. We have over 7,000 new units in the pipeline, with over 25% of those affordable. 7,000 new units in the pipeline. It's just incredible. From Union Square to State and George to the old Strong School on Grand Avenue, the list goes on. Our development team, led by Mike Piscatelli and our leader Samuel, is rocking it at this time when, frankly, interest rates are nearly at a 25-year high. New Haven is growing. And let's be ambitious. Let's be ambitious. By 2034, as we journey towards being the largest city in Connecticut, a city of 150,000 people, and to ensure affordable housing for all of our residents, let's set a goal here today to build 10,000 new units of housing, with at least 30% of those units affordable. 10,000 units in 10 years. I know we can do it. Do you think we can do it? I want to be clear why growth is so important. The state needs 110,000 new housing units just to meet the current demand. And that's according to a new statewide report commissioned by the state legislature that was released this past week. If we do not increase the number of housing units available, then because there are so many people in need of housing, the price of our existing housing will go up and up and up. Just like when there's not enough oil available, the price of gas goes up. When there's not enough eggs in production, the price of eggs go up. When there's not enough housing, the price of housing goes up. And this is untenable for our residents. We all have our own experiences with this. Residents who are on fixed incomes, like our seniors, or who are struggling just to pay their current rent, will be pushed out of their homes. In other words, if we do nothing, if we don't build, our residents will suffer greatly. That is why we must grow, so that we can keep affordable housing available in our city. As you may recall, in addition to inclusive growth, I talked a lot in my last State of the City address about landlord accountability. Our residents deserve to live in affordable, safe, healthy, and high-quality homes, and we've come a long way since then. With the help of you all, and I'll give a shout out to Will DeLise Bermudez, Liam Brennan, and members of the Fair Rent Commission and Livable Cities Initiative team. We have not only put absentee landlords on notice, but we've brought them to account. You've seen it in the news, I am sure. If you are a landlord that takes care of your property, we love you. We're grateful that you're investing in our city. But if you're a landlord that doesn't take care of your property, we're coming for you. We've reinvigorated our housing code enforcement efforts. We've focused Livable Cities Initiative work on inspections and expanded LCI's capacity and capabilities to get the job done for our residents. We're adding more housing inspectors, streamlining LCI's processes and turnaround time, and have enacted new legislation that increases the potential fines for serious health and safety violations. Now, instead of a one-time $250 slap on the wrist that frankly was just the cost of doing business, we've increased fines to up to $2,000 per day. And guess what? It is working. On top of that, I was proud to sign the new legislation that you all passed that will strengthen our tenants union ordinance, lowering the organizing threshold from 10 units per property to 5 units. This will enable residents in 24,000 units citywide to have the option of forming a tenants union. And in the same legislation, we're going to strengthen tenants' protections against landlord retaliation, like unfair rent. Like unfair rent increases and prematurely ending leases that unnecessarily leave families scrambling to find a roof over their head. And for residents who are struggling to find housing and are currently unhoused, with numbers climbing both locally and nationally, we've built even more supports and will continue to extend compassion, care, and services to help residents get back on their feet. Whether it's opening the new Rest Center in Edgewood that provides someone in their moment of crisis a place to go, or whether it's adding yet another 8th shelter on Grand Avenue run by Upon This Rock Ministries, New Haven does more than any other city in Connecticut to help those that are unhoused, and for that we should feel proud. I want to thank Alder Hamilton and Alder Kupo in particular for your ward's hospitality in saying yes in my backyard, YIMBY, instead of not in my backyard, NIMBY, to welcome our most vulnerable residents. That takes courage, and I'm grateful for you all and your leadership there. So housing is so important. We need to ensure New Haven continues to be a place where people want to live. We need safe streets, we need a growing local economy, good schools that connect our students to career opportunities, vibrant communities, and a high quality of life for our residents. So I want to talk about public safety. Our first responders, police, fire, PSAP, medical, are working around the clock to keep our residents and communities safe. Our 911 call center fielded over 140,000 calls last year. Think about that. 100, that's almost 400 calls a day. 140,000 calls last year. We are the largest call center in the state by volume. Deploying police, fire, medical, Elm City Compass into crisis situations. People calling for help often in their worst moments in their lives. And our first responders rising to the occasion time and time again to protect and support and care for our residents in their moment of need. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of our police department and public safety partners, violent crime and gun violence continue to decline in the Elm City. Last year, the overall number of firearm-related incidents, fatal shootings, non-fatal shootings, and shots fired declined by nearly 25%. And over the last 5 years, it's declined by over 31%. Our multi-pronged approach to gun violence is working. Community-based policing, state-of-the-art technology, violence prevention and interruption programs, and community resources to support individuals experiencing life challenges, changes, and traumas. All are contributing to our successes. And after a local and nationwide spike in property crime, specifically car theft, often followed by dangerous joyriding, those numbers are now on the decline as well. This past year, we reduced car thefts by 15%. Now, while we're making a lot of progress, let's not sugarcoat things. We have a lot more work to do to confront gun violence, to ensure that our young people have both opportunity and appropriate accountability, and to ensure our neighborhoods are safe. But more help is on the way. Our new police contract will enable us to retain our officers, attract new ones, expand the overall ranks of the department. Right, Chief? You happy, Chief? That means more walking beats, bike beats, stronger bonds with the community. The contract is already working, and we haven't even formally signed it yet. We're close. As an example, nearly 30 of our officers were expected to retire or leave the department at the end of 2024, but instead 22 stayed on with the New Haven Police Department. We're also getting closer to the goal of installing 500 new cameras across the city. Critical technology that's helping our police stop and solve crimes. Like the sexual predator who assaulted a woman while she was jogging in Edgewood Park, where a combination of different cameras provided critical evidence that helped positively identify the suspect, who was then linked with a second sexual assault, the cold case from 2018. That predator is now off the streets and will soon face his next day in court. Or the 2 individuals who shot 4 people on Halloween. Thanks to the newly installed cameras, arrests were made that same night. Over 300 cameras have been installed already, with an additional 20 to 25 coming online every month. This year, we'll begin to install new red light and speed safety cameras near a number of our schools and some of our most dangerous intersections. This will help deter dangerous driving and hold individuals accountable who recklessly put our children and residents at risk. I want to give a shout out to Alder Wingate for your leadership with the task force and on the public safety committee. We've also strengthened our collaboration with our neighboring municipalities and the Connecticut State Police with the establishment of our joint regional task force on auto theft. Working together, 10 cities and towns assigned dedicated officers to participate in regular meetings, share information and intelligence, coordinate joint operations to apprehend individuals stealing cars, and connect young people to services and supports that help redirect them from this type of behavior. Since the task force launched in October, they've recovered 43 stolen vehicles, made 68 arrests, and seized 18 firearms. And this collaboration is just getting started. And once again, we'll be leading the charge at the state capitol to provide municipalities with more enforcement tools and larger fines to address illegal dirt bike, ATV, and street takeovers. Last year it passed the state house, and this year we're going to redouble our efforts to make sure that it passes the Senate as well. Shifting gears to the local economy. New Haven continues to be a destination of choice for new businesses, a hub for growing industries, and a driver for innovation economy that is powering our future. A couple of months ago, we topped off the construction at the Neuroscience Center at Yale New Haven Hospital. And as you recall, this was an agreement penned by Madam President, former Mayor Tony Hart, and hospital CEO Marna Borgstrom. An $838 million, 500,000 square foot facility and transformational investment in our city. In addition to providing state-of-the-art medical care for New Haven residents, the center will also strengthen the city as a hub for advancements in innovation in medicine and science. And of course, it's providing hundreds of construction jobs and new permanent jobs upon completion. And this year, we anticipate breaking ground on the new bioscience building at the former Coliseum site, a $200 million, 200,000 square foot medical lab building that will house early stage and established life science companies engaged in cutting edge research and development. For some, it's hard to see how the growth in biosciences and life sciences impacts the lives of our residents. And so I'd like to take a moment to explain why this is so important to our city. First, of course, we know about the construction jobs. And we're also interested in long-term jobs, too. Our kids should see themselves working inside these buildings as future lab technicians, scientists, innovators. And that is why this year we launched BioCity, a New Haven Public School classroom inside 101 College Street. New Haven Public School students are learning from instructors at Southern Connecticut State University and Gateway Community College in spaces alongside scientists that are discovering cutting-edge medical advancements. The space is so cool, and if you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. And the third reason this is important is that 100 College Street, the city's first significant bioscience construction project, pays over $5.6 billion in taxes a year. For comparison, our library budget is $5.4 million. The taxes from that one building are the equivalent of the entire library budget. As the building next door, 101 College Street, phases in, it will pay a comparable amount in taxes as well. New Haven's biosciences and life sciences sector isn't just providing more opportunities for New Haven residents, but is helping drive our budget, critical for paying for many of the important services that we in this room want to deliver to our community. And of course, while we continue to welcome growth from neuroscience, life science, bioscience, and quantum industries, we know that, of course, the heartbeat of our community, local economy, will always be our small businesses. We have nearly 700 active small businesses located across the city. There's so many local gems to shop at, eat at, and enjoy, which is why we're always encouraging people to shop small and shop local. And by the way, we have some incredible anniversaries this year. 100 years at Frank Pepper's Pizzeria, 50 years at Claire's Cornucopia, 25 years at La Bella Ethiopian Restaurant. I frequent the food cart there, I highly recommend it. And of course, many other small businesses, whether they've been here a long time or are brand new. Whether you're a startup or a scaling business, the city's Small Business Resource Center is constantly working to support local entrepreneurs and provide free business classes, one-on-one small business counseling, technical assistance, access to capital, and networking and mentoring opportunities. In fact, working in partnership with the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven and the Connecticut Department of Economic and Community Development, we supported almost 400 small businesses since that partnership began, with a particular focus on our historically marginalized Black and brown and female entrepreneurs. We also show businesses that New Haven is a good place to invest and grow by demonstrating that we have our own fiscal house in order. And I'm so proud of the work that we have done together in partnership, the Alders, and my administration, taking our city from the financial brink to a position of greater financial strength that exists today, delivering 5 straight years of balanced budgets and 3 straight years of bonding increases. Together, we're ensuring our budget reflects our values, provides residents with the essential city services they need today, and protects the city's long-term financial health in the future. A special thank you to Finance Committee Chair Alder Marchand for your partnership and steady hand at the wheel. Last year I mentioned that in New Haven we have a promise that kids who choose to can go to college, but that we also need a promise so that every child has a pathway to success, no matter what they do. That's why we're aggressively expanding our Career Pathways program at New Haven Public Schools. New Haven Public Schools now offers 18 different industry certifications to students because we know that exploring career opportunities motivates students to attend school and succeed academically. I've already talked about BioCity, but there is more. This year we'll be opening a new manufacturing lab and program at Hill House High School. Alder Hogan, whose house? There you go. There you go. Maybe a little bit more oomph next time, Alder Hogan. There it is. Through a unique blend of academic learning and hands-on experience, students will soon have the opportunity to jumpstart their post-secondary education by earning 22 college credits, while also gaining industry certifications for high-demand jobs within the manufacturing sector. The goal is to create a seamless pathway from education to employment, so that upon high school graduation, our young people are workforce ready and in a position to excel in today's competitive job market. By the way, did you know that New Haven Public Schools currently offers 42 concurrent enrollment courses where students study with New Haven Public School teachers who are certified to teach college-level courses and get college credit? This number is up from 11 such courses just a few years ago. And our team continues to make steady progress on the vision of a tech school in New Haven. And we have our sights on the Gulf Street Armory as a potential home for such school. I know this is important to so many of you in the room, as it is to me. We're excited about the potential such a school can have for so many of our young people. And while at school, no matter what they're studying, we want our kids focused and learning. We don't want them distracted by their cell phones at all. Social media, texting, other nonsense, right? We want them focused on school. Beginning this spring, all elementary and middle schools will be cell phone free. And this fall, all high schools will be cell phone free. Thank you, Dr. Negron, for your leadership here. Thank you to the Board of Alders for securing the funding to help support this initiative. And thank you to, in particular, the principals of the schools that piloted this program to show that it really works and benefits the young people. While our students are beginning to make academic gains after the pandemic, we know we still have a lot more work to do. We've got a long way to go. Many of our students are struggling. Many young people are disconnected from school and the workforce, and many of our educators are burnt out. We have got to give our students, teachers, and schools the resources and support they need so that our learners can thrive. As a city, we've put our money where our mouth is, and I'm grateful to this body for your support in this effort. Our city has increased our local contribution to our schools by 50% over these past 5 years. Meanwhile, aside from one-time COVID spending, state spending to public schools hasn't even kept up with inflation. Can you think of anything that hasn't gone way up in cost over these past 10 years? I can't. Our city is doing our part, and we need the state to do its part. That's why we're helping to lead the charge alongside other municipalities to urge the state to increase its funding to schools, particularly Connecticut's high-need students, which represents over 80% of New Haven's student population. Our delegation has been heroes when it comes to bringing more funds to our city. We need to see Governor Lamont and the General Assembly take a bold step to actually provide an appropriate amount of funding to public schools so that students have a true opportunity at an equal education. Housing, public safety, education, in these areas we've made incredible progress together. And we've got more work to do. And we have so much more work to do in other areas as well, confronting climate change at a time when federal leadership is non-existent, ensuring safe streets for pedestrians, cyclists, and other users, creating beautiful, welcoming spaces for all of our residents in New Alameda, along Blatchley Street at Grand Avenue, along Wharf Park and Waterfront wows our residents and has something for everyone to enjoy. The New Haven Green that invites even more positive activity and amenities, a new bathhouse and playground at Lighthouse Park, a new youth and community center at Trowbridge Square, a new community center next to Adult Dancing Hall on Bassett Street. The list goes on and on. The work is ahead of us. We've made so much progress, but we have more work to do. Every year brings new opportunities and new challenges. Some are anticipated and known, and others are not. Undoubtedly, 2025 will be a year of challenges. There are the challenges that we're certain of, centered around housing, public safety, ensuring equal opportunity for education, and financial challenges. But what's on all of our minds, particularly in these last 2 weeks, is this new challenge we face, one that will bring incredible uncertainty and instability. The Trump administration will attempt to test our values and threaten to cut funding from programs that our residents, particularly our most vulnerable, deeply rely on, in an attempt to break us, to weaken our resolve, to turn us against each other. We will be presented with impossible and unethical choices. They'll try to force us to choose between eliminating our black and brown contractor and entrepreneurship program or lose significant funding that benefits all in our community. Or a choice to either allow a young transgender athlete to play high school sports or lose massive amounts of school funding that all of our students rely on. Or a choice to co-opt our police department to hunt down good, hardworking community members who also happen to be immigrants, or lose public safety funding that will make our city more dangerous. You see, these choices are created by design. They're intended to divide us, to pit us one against the other. And we will not let that happen. To the Trump administration, New Haven stands together. Because let's be clear, this is America. The diversity in this room is not some DEI initiative, it is America. The Lunar New Year Festival that we celebrated last weekend, where we had hundreds of residents coming out to celebrate our Asian American community members. That is America. The Iris Run for Refugees next weekend, where hundreds more will come together to celebrate our country's time-tested tradition of welcoming people from countries in conflict. That is America. The Juneteenth celebration on the New Haven Green, where we acknowledge and own our nation's history. That is America. The Pride Festival, the Puerto Rican Festival, the Italian American Festival, St. Patrick's Day Parade, the fact that we have the Kwanzaa sign right next to the menorah, right next to the Christmas tree, and we celebrate them all together in New Haven. That is America. New Haven is America. And while we will be tested, and we will have to make difficult decisions as a community, we will not waver from our values. We will proudly stand as one. Madam President, Alders, and my fellow community members, in these difficult times, I am so grateful and proud to live in this city we call home. We have so much work ahead of us, but I'm confident we are ready for the year 2025, whatever it may bring, because we are united together, working towards a city where everyone will have the opportunity to thrive. Thank you.
Listen, okay, that's enough of that. We ain't gonna have too much of that. So what we're gonna do is, we're going to give people, let me tell you what we're about to do. We're gonna give people an opportunity, if they want to stay, they can stay. For the rest of our meeting, but if you would like to leave, I'm gonna give you that opportunity to do so now. Thank you. Because we got business to handle.
See the camera?
Yeah, Audrey, we'll come back.
Are you recording on this?
Listen, I'm like 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Are
Well, thank
you
you for doing that.
finished? Because you're finished right now. You're finished. Thank you. You're finished. We heard you.
How are you?
Orders, don't go far, we about to start soon. We're not gonna listen to this too much longer either. Chief, yeah, I'm over, her tenure, so I want her to talk out there to whoever she's listening to. Well, all right, we're gonna get started soon. So everybody is just like, that's leaving and just. We will now call the meeting back to order. We are about to start conducting our business, so if you are going to exit the chambers, please do so very quietly. Quietly. Thank you. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Presente.
Here. Edwards.
Here.
Madla.
Here.
Leader.
Present.
Morrison. Here. Five. Here. Hamilton.
Present.
Myself.
Here.
Mark. Willow. Hogan.
Here.
Here.
I would like to note for the record that order from Ward 2 and order from Ward 26 has joined us. And order from Ward 29, Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening. I move approval of the journal of January 21, 2025 Code of Ordinance meeting.
Second.
The item has been moved and second. Are there any corrections to the journal? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. On the unanimous consent, I ask you to take item number 1 from tax collector order of tax refunds, February 3, 2025.
Is there anyone going to deny the unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent item number 2 from the Director of Health submitting a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of New Haven to accept an immunization-based COVID-19 immunization contract amendment for an additional year of grant funding in the amount of $202,872 from the Connecticut Department of Public Health from the period of July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2026, and to execute, acknowledge, implement, and deliver any and all such documents as may be considered necessary or appropriate with respect to.
Is there anyone going to deny the unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent item number 3 from the Emergency Management Director submitting a Board of Alders of the City of New Haven authorizing the mayor of the City of New Haven to submit an application to the Federal Emergency Management Agency Assistance to Firefighters Grant FFY 24 for federal funding in the amount of $2,299,500 with a 10% contribution of $118,136.36 for a federal amount of $1,181,363.64 to replace and upgrade radio equipment and air cylinders with permission to apply and accept, execute, and if necessary, modify or related documents, contracts, and such instruments as deemed necessary.
Is there anyone going to deny the unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent items 4 through 12. 4, abating, deferring collection of real property taxes due from Linda Hines for residents during list 2023. 5, order concerning real property taxes of La Vista, Acosta, and Tantorio, Giovanni. Motor vehicle tax account number 50631. 6, order concerning real property taxes of Chelsea Cannon, motor vehicle tax accounts 9510000, 57890, and 58080. 7, order concerning real property taxes of Tyranda X, motor vehicle tax account 93544. 8, order concerning real property taxes of Bernard Helms, motor vehicle tax account 72789 and 86476. 9, order concerning real property taxes of James S. Robinson C. Jr. on motor vehicle tax accounts 93167 and 93466. 10, order concerning real property taxes of Elizabeth Talbot on motor vehicle tax account 99782. 11, order concerning real property taxes of Robert Wiggins on motor vehicle tax accounts 805341 and 805342. And 12, order concerning real property taxes of Brady Buildings on motor vehicle tax accounts 105675, 108647, and 96905.
I would like to go for the record that order from Ward 13 has joined us. Is there anyone going to deny the unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call an order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening. I'd like to also second what my colleague stated from Ward 12. So kudos to your leadership. I also wanted to say that for item number 4, the resident meets the criteria for referring collection property. So I ask that we approve this item. From items 5 through 12, these are 8 constituents that need help with waiving the interest in order for them to pay the taxes in full. If we're able to do that, we're able to then recoup $3,629.71, and I urge this body to approve these items. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I ask unanimous consent item 13, tax payment favorable order concerning Fairhaven Community Health Clinic requesting tax assistance on property located at 111 Grand Avenue, account number 7681.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Ms. Majority, please.
I move the item.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order for Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. The Brandon Community Health Center purchased the property in 2024, and it was too late to have them classified as a tax exempt for that particular year. However, the assessor's office has approved those properties to be tax exempted for next year's taxes. And the tax levy committee heard this item and recommends that this year's taxes, fees, and interest be forgiven, given the tax exemption status. I ask that this item be approved. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passed. Ms. Majority.
Thank you, Madam President. Under Communications, I wrote items 14 through 22. Under first readings, I wrote items 23 through 28. Under second readings, I moved item 29, finance favorable. A, order the Regional Board of Aldermen authorizing the city of New Haven, mayor, controller, and budget director to extend at no cost the multi-year agreement with Yale University, A22-1176, and the amount not to exceed $3,513,842.00 for 1 year through June 30, 2026, to continue the implementation and operation of the Elm City Compass Pilot Program. Item B, continuing the finance favorable, order the Board of Aldermen of the City of New Haven authorizing the execution of a multi-year agreement with E-Rate Online LLC with the Board of Education for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30, 2027.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. Item A, the administration wishes to extend by a year the city's contract with Yale to run the Elm City Compass program. This extension would not increase costs for the city because a surplus exists in the funds approved last year for this contract. The Finance Committee heard this item on January 13th. Staff from the Department of Community Resilience spoke positively about the university's work coordinating various partners to launch and operate this important program. The committee voted to give the item a favorable recommendation. I ask colleagues to approve it. Item B. The Board of Education requests authorization to enter into a 3-year contract with E-Rate Online for expert assistance in obtaining E-Rate pricing for services to Board of Education programs. The contract would cost $105,000 over 3 years. The Finance Committee heard this item on January 13th. Staff from purchasing and the Board of Education explained the return on investment of this contract. The committee voted to recommend it favorably, and I urge colleagues to vote yes. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing the finance favorable, I move item 29C, ordinance amendment to appropriate ordinance number 1 reclassifying the titles of procurement analyst and contract analyst to procurement specialist.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to amend this item by substitution.
Second.
The amendment has been moved in second discussion on amendment only. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The amendment before colleagues corrects errors in the ordinance resolution that was originally submitted. I urge colleagues to vote yes on the motion to amend. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on amendment only? Seeing none, all in favor of the amendment say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now back to the item as amended. I call on order for Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The purchasing department requests to reclassify 2 positions in order to meet the evolving needs of the organization and to administer the changing procurement processes of the city. The Finance Committee heard this item on January 13th and voted to give it a favorable recommendation. I ask colleagues to support the motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment. We'll have the city council clerk take the roll.
Yes.
Douglas?
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Saban,
Yes.
Lupo,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Santana,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Pedancy,
Yes.
Westfall,
Yes.
Honeywell,
Yes.
Kola, Edwards,
Yes.
Mazak,
Yes.
Stevens,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Walker Myers,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Solo, Hogan,
Yes.
Wingate,
Yes.
Is there anyone who has wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, item passes.
Thank you, Madam President. Continuing the finance favorable, I move item 29D. Ordinance amendment to read ordinance number 1, reclassifying one dispatch operator 3 position to communications supervisor within the Department of Public Safety Communications, reclassifying CAD technician to engineering data and special analyst within the Department of Defense.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. The Department of Public Safety Communications asks to replace a position whose title is sunsetting with a supervisory position. The engineering department seeks to reclassify an obsolete position with an updated position that incorporates modern technical requirements that the operation needs. The Finance Committee heard this item on January 13th and voted to give it a favorable recommendation. I urge colleagues to vote yes on the motion. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is the ordinance amendment. We'll have the city council take the roll.
Flores,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Singh,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Yes.
Saban,
Yes.
Lupo,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lester,
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Moran,
Yes.
Santana,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Pedancy,
Yes.
Westfall,
Yes.
Honeywell,
Yes.
Kola, Edwards,
Yes.
Mazak,
Yes.
Streeter,
Yes.
Morrison,
Yes.
Walker Myers,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Marshall,
Yes.
Mark, Solo,
Yes.
Hogan,
Yes.
Wingate,
Yes.
Yes.
Is there anyone who has voted wishing to vote? Is there anyone who has voted wishing to change their vote? Seeing none, the item passes. Majority clear.
Thank you, Madam President. Under legislation favorable, we're going to skip over item 30A and move item 30B. Favorable order from the Board of Alderman to review and file the request concerning a working group related to amending the New Haven zoning ordinance, section 42H, use regulations for business and industrial districts and personal goods to add to each category of smoke shops and create section 2-2, which restricts the sale of smoking carry.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion on the reading file only. I call on order from Ward 25.
Thank you, Madam President. Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, early consistent agreement, in the effect favorably recommended this and read aloud. I urge colleagues to support this. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the reading file? I call on order from Ward 27.
Thank you, Madam President. You made it myself. I support giving this item a leave to withdraw. Because the working group, a read and file, because the working group has actually completed this work. I'd like to thank Alder Saban, Alder Redenti, and the departments that helped with this process, which was City Plan, the Police Department, Health Department, and Court Council. So I urge colleagues to support giving this a read and file. Thank you, Madam President.
Any further discussion on the reading file? Seeing none, all in favor of giving this item reading file, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item is read file. Majority clear.
Thank you, Madam President. I move item 31, legislation leave to withdraw. Order the Reading Board of Alders granting leave to withdraw to communications to approve the ordinance amendment of the New Haven Board of Alders to the New Haven Code of Ordinances to establish zoning regulations for retailers of tobacco and or vapor products, smoke shops, and smoking places.
Second.
The item has been moved in second discussion on the read to withdraw only. I call on order from Ward 8.
Thank you, Madam President. On Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, the legislature committee met and we would like to get this item withdrawn. I urge colleagues to vote in favor. Thank you, Madam.
Any further discussion on the leave to withdraw only? Seeing none, all in favor of giving this item a leave to withdraw, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item is withdrawn. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to suspend section 24-1-A of the rules of the board to conduct further business.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. Under unanimous consent, I ask you to send items number 32 and 33, 32 order concerning real property taxes. Tonight, as Miller Houston, I will be the tax accounts 837-90051, 83674, 85238, and 85142. 33 order concerning real property taxes of the company of previous and over year tax accounts 95723. 90527, 93403, 93404, 93405, and 95452.
Is there anyone going to deny unanimous consent? Seeing none, Mr. Majority Leader.
I move these items.
Second.
The items have been moved and seconded. Discussion, I call on order from Ward 16.
Thank you, Madam President. These constituents need some assistance with the interest, and if they're able to receive that this evening, they'll be able to pay in full the taxes of $5,512.30. I urge the body to move these two items. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item passes. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam President. I move to close discussion on 24-1-A of the rules of the board of aldermen.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Discussion, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And before a motion to adjourn is appropriate, I will now take points of personal privilege. I call on order from Ward 4.
Thank you, Madam President. I have some good news to share today. And in reference to my family, yes, I'm thankful to God. My nephew, Guy Curtis, the first child born in Hartford, Connecticut, on Christmas Day, December 25th, 81. My nephew, Sakai Curtis, yesterday won a Grammy for Best Latin Jazz Album, Who Goes Live. Congratulations to all of our children in New Haven and in Connecticut who excel in their gifts and make us proud of your accomplishments and who give back to their communities. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 2.
Thank you, Madam President. So this Saturday, I was meaning to put these in the boxes, but I ran out. This Saturday, there will be a training for tenant power held at the People's Center at 37 House Street this Saturday. If there's anyone interested would like to come, or we have constituents that would like to give some information about forming a tenant union, please come. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
I will now call on order from Ward 30.
Thank you, Madam President. I would just like to say New Haven has some very talented people here, and I am proud to stand up to mention to this caucus that we have two other Grammy Award winners on yesterday. That was Aaron Rodgers and Rashad Johnson on their Grammys with Chris Brown.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? I call on order from Ward 14.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to acknowledge that a lot of residents in our city are in a state of very high anxiety because of the situation, I don't know what to call it.
And as a result, our business corridors are really quiet. That's true on Grand Avenue, speaking of Elder, saying it sounds like it's true in the Hills. So I just want to encourage all of us to patronize our businesses on Grand Avenue and in the Hills, keep them going through all this. It's something very concrete we can all do, get a meal, do some shopping, just patronize and keep life in our community through disruption. Thank you.
Are there any more points of questions? I call on order for word 27.
Thank you, Madam President. First, I'm grateful that our colleague from the 29th Ward is back with us from out of state. And I'd like to ask that we all join together in a moment of silence for his sister, Crystal Wingate, who is asked on for her reward. Thank you.
Are there any more points of personal privilege? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn is
Second.
motion has been made and second. Discussion and go home. If not, all in favor, show the turn and say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say nay. We are adjourned. Can I please see orders from Ward 3, Ward 26, and when he come back, Ward 16 at the podium, please?
Yeah.